Hey everybody and welcome to this video. I'm Laura123. This is going to be a bookish themed video, so hello to all my fellow bookworm buddies out there. Now if you enjoy watching, which I hope you do, please click like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Also don't forget to smash the notification bell to all notifications. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be doing my July reading wrap up. I've got a book haul for you, like some new books that I've got recently, and I'm going to be telling you about my current read, which by the way I'm loving. Also going to be doing a book giveaway. Now if you want to be in with a chance of winning this little rom-com book, carry on watching till the end of the video and I will tell you how you can enter to win. Okie dokie, so let's get started with the July reading wrap up. I've got my Goodreads app open here on my other phone. So oh, by the way, if you want to come and follow me on Goodreads, please do. I love Goodreads, friends. Right, hold on, I'll just scroll back to my first book that I read in July. So that was In Nightfall by Suzanne Young. Now this book was so much fun and honestly I loved it. I give it 5 stars because it was just amazing. This is a reimagining of the classic 80s horror film called The Lost Boys. Now when I was a goth in my teenage years, I would watch this film again and again and again and again and again. I absolutely was obsessed with it, right? So when I found out they were doing a book version of it and with a gender switch where most of the vampires were actually female, I had to read it and I truly loved it. It was so good. So yeah, if that sounds your cup of tea, check it out. Also, if you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I would say kind of vibes as well. Really good. So yeah, In Nightfall, Suzanne Young, I gave 5 stars. Next book I read was The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I absolutely love Riley Sager's books. I think there's been like one that I didn't particularly like, but apart from that, like, I've really enjoyed them. This is creepy, it's atmospheric, it's a reimagining, retelling of the very famous Lizzie Borden case. So she was accused of killing her parents with the axe murderer Lizzie Borden. I don't know, did she do it, did she not? We'll never know, I suppose. But yeah, no, this was a really good book, had that kind of vibe of that story. Oh my god, there were parts in it were really dark and like really creepy and stuff. Really good thriller, really, you know, exciting, gripping, but also, as I say, super spooky, creepy vibes. Lots of twists, especially at the end. I did not see that coming at all, so I loved it. Absolutely brilliant book, and I gave it, of course, 5 stars because it was amazing. Next book I read was All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. Now, this book I was a little bit let down by because I think it's because I loved his last book so much, Razorblade Tears. That was so good. And I kind of felt this book was going to kind of live up to that, and it just didn't. Now, it wasn't a bad book by any means. Like, I didn't mind it, you know, and it dealt with some serious topics and stuff, but I just found it dragged a little bit. And for me, I found it very predictable, so that kind of put me off a bit. But I really like the main character, was it Titus? Yeah, he's the first black sheriff in his area in America. And he's kind of gets hate from all different parts of the community, basically. So he's got a lot to put up with. And it's about people who are in power, who have these horrible, sordid, bad, nasty secrets. There's murders. There's, you know, a lot of stuff going on in this book. But I don't know. I just, meh. It was okay. So I give it a 3 stars. Next up, oh, I didn't like this one that much. You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kalynn, Bayron. I love the cover. The cover is splendid. It's so creepy. I loved it. But that's kind of where it ends, my love for this book. It's only a short book. It had like 230 pages. There we go. So you didn't really get to know the characters, like their backstory or anything. So you had no connection with them. It was just basically like a YA horror slasher. It was set in this like haunted attraction kind of thing. You know, you go and scare yourself silly. It was called, oh, here you go, Camp Mirror Lake. Terror is the name of the game. Can you survive the night? I don't know. Very Fear Street vibes. I don't know. I thought it was really stupid and weird. And I don't get the thing with the animals. Like there was owls, and I won't go on about what happens with the owls, but it's very uncomfortable reading and I just didn't like it. And a lot of people, when I looked on Goodreads, when on the reviews, a lot of people had said that the owl thing made them uncomfortable as well. So it wasn't just me. But yeah, nah. Didn't like it, so 2 stars. I don't even know why I give it 2. Really, it should have been 1, but anyway. Next book I did love, Rob Rinder, The Trial. If you, in the UK, you'll know him as Judge Rinder, but he's also Rob Rinder as well. But no, he's absolutely brilliant. I love Rob. I think he's such a lovely person. And when I found out he was doing his fiction book, I had to get it. And I'm so pleased I did. This was so good. A cozy, like, murder mystery. It's weird, isn't it, putting them words together. A cozy murder mystery, but that's what it was. Very funny at times, also serious, like everything. Like, this book was just amazing. One murder, one impossible case, who is guilty. I really love the main character, Adam Green. He's this trainee barrister. This is his first case, and you get to kind of find out what goes on behind closed doors with, like, judges and the barristers and the courts in general. Like, really exciting. Very kind of Rumpo of the Bailey kind of vibes, if anyone remembers that. I'm quite old, so I remember Rumpo of the Bailey. I used to watch it, but yeah, really good. I really loved it, and I hope there's going to be a series to this. I know it's a standalone, but I hope Rob does carry on with it as a series, because I think that could work, because, like, Adam could have lots of different cases and stuff and different characters come in. But I also love the fact there was Jewish rep in this book. The main character is Jewish, and I love the fact, while this kind of serious murder case is going on, throughout the book, every now and again you'll get Adam's mum ringing him going, "Have you found a woman yet? Now I can set you up with this good woman. Now how about this woman?" You know, very Jewish mother, very stereotypical. But obviously Rob is Jewish himself, so he's probably like, this is what his mom was probably like. And I am Jewish, so, you know, there we go. But no, it's just, look, it's nice for me as a Jewish person to have lots of Jewish rep in characters in books, because, like, I don't know, it's just nice. Like, you just feel connected and stuff. So no, I really enjoyed this one. Very, very good. And the actual mystery element was amazing, like lots of twists. So very good book, 5 stars for that. Next book I read was Bad Influence by Tamsin Winter. I've read a few books by this author, and I've actually really loved the other books. This one wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I don't know, it was just like, it was all right. So I liked the fact that they are covering something which is really important. And this is a middle grade / YA book. So obviously I'm not the audience, the target audience, so I get that. But this is a message that could be for women of all ages, really, of basically not sending out risque photos to people, because you don't know who is going to get hold of them, what they're going to do with them, where them photos will end up. Just be wary, be careful. This is about a girl who is at school. She's very kind of geeky and nerdy. She doesn't have many friends. She's a bit of a loner. She doesn't get any attention from boys, but then she starts getting this attention from this boy, and she really, like, falls for him and thinks, you know, that he's the one. And he kind of pressurizes her into sending him this risque, rude photo of herself, which she does eventually, and then he's a jerk, and basically the photo gets viral. And yeah, it is important that young people especially know this kind of thing, like to be careful about who you send your photos to and stuff like that. And obviously the underage thing. So there was an important message behind this book. There was bits of humor in it as well. Like, it wasn't like full on heavy, like it was funny as well. But I don't know, I think it was mainly just a little bit too young for me, which, as I say, I know I'm not target audience. But anyhow, yeah, I give it a 3 stars. Now, the next book I read was The First Bright Thing by J.R. Dawson. This was literally a cover buy. I got this because it had 2 circus tents on it, one red and one black, and I love circusy books, so I got it without reading too much about it. And then I was like, oh, this is weird. So the best way I can describe this book, right, it's a mixture. The Night Circus, with the whole mystery circus there, 1 minute gone the next, mixed with the X-Men, because the circus performance had like lots of weird special talents and powers, right? Like time traveling, healing, etc. But then for some weird reason, and I was loving it up to this point, they brought in the Holocaust, which I was like, this just doesn't go. Like, this is like this magical fantasy circus, and then they have to bring something so dark and so, like, sad into it. Like, it just didn't work for me. I don't know, it weirded me out. So I did read it all, but I did kind of skim it a little bit because I wanted to get it done. But I give it 3 stars because I love the circus element and the special powers and stuff. And I love the fact that there was once again, Jewish rep in this book. You know, a couple of the main characters Jewish, and lots of talking about, like, Jewish mystical stuff and, like, tradition. And, you know, I did enjoy that aspect. So hence I did give it a 3 star. But I don't know, for me, the Holocaust mixed with the circus, it just didn't mix. It didn't feel right. So I just didn't like it in that respect. Next up, I love this book, None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. I love her thrillers. She's amazing. If you're into thrillers, I really recommend Lisa Jewell. She's so good. This book was about these two women who are both celebrating their, I think it was 40th? Yeah, 45th, there we go, good memory, birthday at their local pub, right? And one of them's a famous, kind of local famous podcaster. The other woman is really, I don't know how to word this, like she's really messed up. She's got a hell of a lot going on, and she basically, they start talking and saying how weird coincidence it is. It's their same birth age, same birthday, same place, right? They're celebrating. And then they keep bumping into each other. And the kind of crazy woman kind of suggests that she become a subject of this woman's podcast, you know. She's got a whole lot of story to tell. So that's kind of where it's at. And this is told in kind of like a multimedia format sometimes. There's scripts and conversations and stuff, and it's really clever, it's really interesting. I loved it. The woman who's like telling her story, oh my god, she's got a messed up life, and you go throughout the book thinking, is she telling the truth, is she not, or is he lying, or is she lying? It absolutely brilliant, really, really clever twists and turns, and I loved it. So yeah, 5 stars for that. Next few books I didn't really like that much. So Silver Nitrate, Silvia Moreno Garcia. She's one of these authors, and I've said this before, some of her books I literally love. Like Certain Dark Things is one of my favourite books of all time. I love it. It's amazing. And then other books that she's done I just do not like. I have to DNF because I just can't get into them. It's really weird. Anyway, this book was bizarre, and I did DNF this quite early on. It was a kind of, I don't even know what to say. If you're into films, especially like noir films, maybe this is for you, but I'm not really a film person. Like I watch the odd film here and there and stuff, but like, you know, I'm not a major film fan. But this was two people, like two friends, they befriend this old guy, and he's got this film that he was working on, but apparently the thing's cursed, and there's Nazis, and there's an occult stuff. It was just weird and dark, and I could not get into it at all. So I did DNF it. So 1 star for that. I'm sorry. The cover was pretty cool, though. I did like the cover. I like the kind of scared eyes thing, but like it's just not good. And I thought I'd go from something so dark to something light and fluffy. And I found in my bedroom, I bought this in a charity shop the other day, The Good Bear by Sarah Lean. Now, this is a middle grade book. So I was thinking, you know, this is going to be fluffy and cute. It's about a bear. This little girl basically goes to stay with her dad, who lives in Norway because their parents are split up. And she doesn't really want to go. Her dad's been a complete... How can I word this? But okay, he's been an arsehole to her. This is the nicest way of saying it. He's an arsehole to her all her life. Never really bothered with her or anything. And he's just a horrible dad. Like, he's really horrible. And a stepbrother and a new stepsister and the mum. Just not very nice to her. So she's stuck in Norway, in the snow, in the cold, on her own. And she kind of befriends this bear. You do get the point of view from the bear in the book as well. But the bear's story is really sad as well. Like, he's been like abandoned and used and abused. It's really awful. But the thing is, on the front of this book, it said, oh, it's a heartwarming, beautiful story. And I was like, oh, that's what I need. And it just wasn't. It made me uncomfortable, made me angry, made me sad. And then to top it off, without spoilers, it don't end well for the bear. I suppose that is a bit of a spoiler, isn't it? But just don't read it, all right? This is for kids. Like, this book should be a happy, fun book for kids. Like, no, it's just really sad. So I'll give it 2 stars. And that's literally because I felt really sorry for the bear, basically. Next book I also didn't like. This Will Be Funny Someday by Katie Henry. Now, I loved Heretics Anonymous. I really enjoyed that. It was so good. And I had high hopes for this one because it was supposed to be about comedy. I wanted a book that was funny, and this just didn't hit the mark. It just wasn't funny. Like, this girl does stand-up comedy on the sly. She doesn't tell anyone she does it. It's like a secret. And yet, when I was reading her stand-up performance, like described in the book, it wasn't funny. She wasn't funny. I don't know. I just basically got this book because I thought it'd be funny. It wasn't funny. I stopped reading it. I think that's pretty much... And also, her boyfriend was horrible. Like, he was so nasty and manipulative and really bullied her and stuff, and I was like, why are you even bothering with this guy? He's such a loser. But anyway, hopefully by the end of the book she got rid of him, but I don't know because I never bothered reading it. And I don't quite get the banana on the cover. I don't get that connection. But anyway, 1 star for that. I don't even know if I give it that. Now, next book I loved, One of Us is Back by Kalynn McManus. This is, of course, part of the trilogy of One of Us is Lying. You really need to read the other two before you get into this one, because you just need to. Okay, you need to know the backstory, you need to know the characters. This one, they all kind of come back, kind of reunited. You never know who's going to get killed. Every end of a chapter, I thought, oh, it's going to be him, or no, it's going to be her. And it just keeps you gripped. It's amazing. So you got One of Us is Lying, One of Us is Next, and obviously the newest one is One of Us is Back. Now, I know they said this is a trilogy and there won't be any more, but I think there could be. Something happened at the end where I thought, there could be another one, but we'll see. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's why she decided to leave it on that. So we'll see. I did try and watch the show on Netflix as well because I love the books, but I just couldn't get into it. Like, I thought it was good. Like, I thought the acting was good and it felt real and it felt true to the book. But I think because I know what's going to happen, it's a bit like, well, this is pointless me watching because I know it ends. I know what's going to happen. So, you know, maybe if you've not read the books, you'd enjoy the show more. I don't know. Anyway, and the last book I read in the month of July, oh my God, I ended with a banger. This is such a blooming good book. Like, honestly, I think this will have to be in my top 10 of the year. I loved it. So it's called Bad Men by Julie May Cohen, and there's the cover of it. I don't know if you can see that, but she just poisoned a guy at the table there with some drink. It's fine. But no, honestly, it says here, the feminist serial killer you didn't know you were waiting for. Now, I give this 5-star because it was truly amazing. And I don't even know, like, you wouldn't think that you'd read a book about a serial killer and kind of be rooting for them and on their side, right? It doesn't sound right. But with this one, this is very kind of dark comedy humour, you know. I mean, it's not to be taken too seriously, even though some of the subjects discussed in the story, especially what she goes through, well, I can't remember her name now, the main character. I loved her and I can't remember her name. Safi, there we go. So, you know, she's been through a hell of a lot of horrible things. So some of the stuff is quite dark and serious, but then you also got that mix of this kind of dark humour comedy. So it just worked. It worked. So it was her and the other guy. So it's like 2 point of views throughout the whole book. Safi and, oh, where is he? What's his name? I can't remember. I can't find it on here. Yeah. Anyway, but there's this guy and there's her, and you basically get the story told from their point of views, right? But it was just so good. She's a serial killer, and the guy, who I loved his character as well, he does true crime podcasts. So it's not a great combination for a romance. So this also is a crime thriller, romance and comedy all in one. Like, it's just so unusual and different, and I loved it so much. I loved her, even though she's a bit of a bad girl. Like, I don't know, I did like her. And there's a really cute dog in it as well, really funny, like the dog, how the dog doesn't like her. Anyway, you need to read this. It's so good. I'll give it 5 stars. So what was my book for the month of July, I hear you ask? Well, it was a toughie, because I really was going to say, throughout the whole month, I was like, right, Riley Sager. And then I read that, Bad Men. And I think it has to be that one, because I've never read a book like it. It was so much fun and I loved it. So yes, Bad Men by Julie May Cohen. Without a doubt, my favourite book of July. I really want to read more books from this author. Like, she's so good. I think she does like other types of books, like romance and stuff, but this is her first like kind of thriller, maybe. I could be wrong, but anyway, I think she's going under a different name or something. But yeah, truly amazing. And of course, that is my book of the month of July. Okay, right, so next up, let's do a quick book haul. I'm not going to talk too much about each book because we'll be here for hours. You don't want that. I don't want that. But I do want to show you some new books that I've picked up recently. Cheers. So first of all, I've got this from the, actually, where's my other one? I thought I had, oh yeah, I've got 2 books out from the local library. Emily Henry's Happy Place. I have tried to read Emily Henry before, and I can't remember what one it was. Was it Book Lovers? Yeah, it might have been Book Lovers or Beach Read. But anyway, they look very similar covers. So I think it was Book Lovers. But yeah, I tried to read her before because everyone raves about her. And I remember thinking at the beginning, this is really good fun. I'm loving the banter and the characters. But then I started to get really bored and I just DNF'd it. So I'm hoping this one will be better, because I don't get why I'm not on the, you know, Emily Henry train, because everyone seems to rave about her. But it says 2 exes, 1 pact. Could this holiday change everything? So I think, yeah, she has to go on holiday with her ex, who I think people don't know they've split up. They have. Is that the kind of thing? Something? Yeah. Go to your happy place, I think, desperately, only to realise I'm literally in my happy place and he is here. The very last person I expect to see, the very last person I want to see, Win Connor, my fiance. So yeah, I think they've split up. They've not told people or something. But yeah, it sounded fun and I really love the cute cover and I just want to, I'll give her another go, all right? So if I don't like that one, then I'm just not going to bother. Because some, you know, look, some authors are just not for me. And you probably get that as well with some authors you just don't gel with, and that's fine. Oh yeah, the other library book I got is Bellegarde, I think that's how you say it, by Jamie Lilac. This is a debut from this author, a sparkling debut, in fact. I love this cover. It's so pretty. So romance isn't really my favourite genre. Like, I do read romance now and again, but I don't know, I suppose I'm not like a major romance fan, but sometimes I just get drawn to certain romance books. But yeah, this just kind of gives me the vibes of, I forgot the show, Bridgerton vibes. So I don't know. We'll give it a go. I don't really know too much about it. I've just, oh, here you go. It says, this is the YA spin on Bridgerton that I've been waiting for. So there, a delightful, sugary, sweet book. Sometimes you need a bit of sweet romance in books, right? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I want to say a big, huge thank you to my beautiful, lovely friend Hannah, because she got me this for my birthday. Well, she got me some other gifts as well, actually. One of my gifts that she got me is a book bag. So in a bit, I'll show you because I love that bag. Anyway, so she got me this book. Well, she gave me a voucher for Waterstones, and this is the book I chose. So there we go. It's the same thing, right? Mr. Magic by Kirsten White. Oh my God. I am so excited about this. This is going to be my next read, 100%. I've had it on my want to read list for like a year. Ever since I first heard about it. It's got lots of like 90s nostalgia in it. It's about this magician, Mr. Magic, and former child stars reunite to uncover the tragic that ended their show. So that's all I need to know, really, because magic never forgets the taste of your friendship. So I love this cover as well, like with the old TV. 90s vibes, got magic, it's got murder. I'm just like, yeah. So there we go. And I really like Kirsten White books, so I'm happy about that one. Thank you, Hannah. I also got this out of my other money that I got from my birthday, because it was my birthday last week. I was 44. So yeah, this is the brand new one from Alice Feeney. And it's called Good, Bad Girl. Is this going to be another book where I'm going to root for the murderer or something? Don't really like murderers, but yet you read about it and you're like, oh, I like that murderer. I know. But yeah, Good, Bad Girl. 3 suspects, 2 murders, 1 victim. I absolutely loved Rock, Paper, Scissors from this author. I still think it's one of the best thrillers that I have ever, and I mean that, I've ever read. That last few chapters of that book, it was just twist, 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 change, turn, twist. Wow. So I'm hoping this is going to be good. We've got the little ladybugs there on the front, which do freak me out because insects scare me. But yeah, I've got that. Okay, another new book I picked up is from, I actually got this in the works for like £7 or something, or £6 in Waterstones. It was like 15, so I was like, bargain. And I have noticed that the works are doing quite a lot of these sprayed edges, special edition books. So I was like, okay, for a lot cheaper. Little tip for you there if you're in the UK. But yeah, this is Girl, Goddess, Queen by Bea Fitzgerald. I think she's like a TikTok star or something. I don't know. To hell with love. This goddess has other plans. The gods told a lie and she jumped. I think this is like Greek mythology vibes, which I don't know too much about Greek mythology, but I really love the cover and I love the pink sprayed edges. And I've heard so many good things about this. And because it was cheaper, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it. Actually, hold on. I think it had a pretty, yeah, look at this under the dust jacket as well. Like, this is just so pretty. So yeah, I picked up that and I will give it a go. I think that's something I need to do next year. I'm making my New Year's resolutions now. I need to learn more about Greek mythology because there's so many books that I pick up, you know, and they've got that Greek mythology twist and I'm like, I don't know much about these. So I need to learn next year. Right, next up, The Illusions by Liz Hyder. This one I pre-ordered. And I love the cover. Look at this cover of all the playing cards and the ladies. This is about, I can't remember. I know it's about a group of female magicians. An astonishing story of women, talent, magic and power. Sparkling magic. So yeah, I'm up for it. I'm up for giving it a go. I think this is the author that wrote The Gifts. I can't remember if I've read or not, but I've heard of it. So yeah, I don't know. It's quite big though. It's quite chunky, but I do love, as I say, anything with magic, and obviously feminism, magic. It's going to be good, I hope. Okay, right, so really quickly, I've got 3 more books to show you. Oh, 4, sorry. I've got these 2 here, which I actually got in a charity shop for £1 each. What a bargain. These have been on my radar for ages. So when I picked them up in a charity shop for £1 each, I was like, a result. So I've got the Vampire Slayer Survival Guide and How Not to Be a Vampire Slayer. I think that one's first. Yeah, this one's first, and then this one is second. So I've got them the wrong way around. But doesn't matter. But yeah, by Katie Birchall. I know these are middle grades, but they're vampires. They look cool. I'm going to save these for my little Halloween readathon. I always do. I always read some spooky books at Halloween. To be fair, I read spooky books all year round, but you know, it comes to Halloween and you got to have loads of spooky books. So yes, I've got those. And also in the charity shop, another vampire book, Reluctant Immortals, which I didn't even know, but I've had on my want to read list on Goodreads. Didn't even know. So it must have had a different cover and I didn't recognise it. This book will sink its teeth into you. So I think this is a standalone. Obviously you can see from the cover, as I say, another vampire book. Biting, heartbreaking and uplifting. Horror story with bite. This sounds so good, honestly. So I'm very, very excited for that. And that will be my little Halloween spooky book collection too. Now another book, actually really quickly, Emma Cline, The Guest. This is a new book. It's a signed copy from the author. I'm only showing you quickly because I got this. I really wanted to read it because I love The Girls by this author. It was really, really good. It was all like the Manson girls, the Cole, and oh my God, that book was so good. But this one was dreadful. I had to like force myself to read through it and I just didn't want it. It was so bad, but I needed to know what happened at the end. But I did skim it a little bit, if I'm honest, but oh my God, it was so bad. I'm just showing you this because officially it is a new book, but it was so bad. This woman, she's like a prostitute and a bit of a kind of scammer, and she meets this really rich guy, and yeah, I don't know, it's just, he gets rid of her after she like damages his car and she does something else, and he kind of, you know, sends her off on her way, and she stays in this really posh area and then ends up meeting all these different characters, going from one group to another group. I don't know what it was about. I just hated it. But there we go. I thought I'd share that with you. Okay, so they are all the books I want to show you. Now, very quickly, I'm going to tell you about my current read. Then we'll do the book giveaway, and then that'll be it. The end of the video. Right, Murder in the Family, Cara Hunter is my current read. Oh my God, this is so good. The whole kind of, once again, the multimedia thing. But this one has, this is so clever. I'm going to show you, it's got like newspaper articles in it. It's got like these little fact files of the characters who are in the story. Like, it really feels like a real murder case. So yeah, it's a murder case. It's in, you get all the different pictures, you get script formats from the show. It's basically this guy has been murdered years ago called Luke Ryder. His body was found in the garden of this really wealthy family's house, and basically years and years later, all the secrets are being revealed on camera on this like podcast show, true crime. Only the one who's doing the show is this guy who died or got killed, Luke Ryder. It's his stepson. So yeah, he's telling the story, and all the secrets about the family are coming out, who did it. And basically it says here that there's like, can you solve the case before they do? The truth will slow your mind. So there's lots of different people they've got on the show, like the forensics, the ex-cop, the this, the that. And you, the reader, are kind of like the other person who's trying to solve the crime. So it's really cool. It is a standalone as well. Now, I do read Cara Hunter. I've read quite a few of her books and she does series and stuff. But this is a standalone. So, and the cover's really cool as well. So there we go. That is my current read. Okie dokie. Don't forget, though, to let me know in the comments what you are currently reading. Okay, it's time now for the giveaway. Giveaway time. This is the book you can win. It's a romance and a rom-com, if you will. And it's by Joe Platt, and it's called The Ex Next Door, When Neighbours Are Not Just Good Friends. Now, I'll be honest, I bought this for myself, not going to lie. But I thought the font was like really small. Like, I can read it, but I'm straining my eyes and I don't like that. So I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to do it as a giveaway, as I literally not read this. As you can see, it's new. I tried to read it, but I couldn't. But yeah, if you want to read this, all you got to do to be in with a chance of winning is just put the word enter. Simple as that. Put the word enter down below in the comments section, and I'll know that anyone who's put enter wants to enter the contest to win. So good luck. This is of course a worldwide contest giveaway thing, so wherever you are, if you want to enter for the giveaway, feel free to do it. And we'll do like a month from today will be the closing date. I'll put the closing date and all the information you'll need down below in the description box of the video. But there's only one rule: you do have to be a subscriber of my channel to enter. Okay, you can't just be a non-subscriber. If you're subscribed to this channel, you can enter this giveaway. There we go. Good luck to all who enter. Right, so that's the end. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching. Don't forget, click like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out my other channel, MinxLaura123 ASMR. The link's down below, as are all the links to my social media, so come and follow me on there. And I have a throne wish list. If you care to spoil me or treat me, feel free. Feel free. All right, everyone, thank you for watching. Happy reading, and I'll see you very soon with some more bookish stuff. All right, bye everyone.